Hi everyone! I had a Veritas Spoke Shave kit as a gift, and I made this one. While a decent spoke shave is just about $30, this kit is like a little more than $40, but it was a fun kit that you can build in a day. So, let's see how I made it. So, this is the kit and I had this zebra wood cut off. Since this video will be short, let me go a little off the main topic. These days, I started to think I may want a Western rip cut saw. You know, the rip cut saw is just like a series of chisels scoring wood with the grain, and the way Japanese rip saw cuts wood is actually cutting the end grain upwards towards the inside. It's like repeating this chisel process. On the other hand, when I do a rip cut like in the video that I usually do to cut the joint, it's easy and quick. It's because I'm doing the same thing as cutting the end grain by chisel like this. Just the downside is, the blade interacting with the cutting material is minimal, so it's hard to make a long straight cut. Anyways, I got continue to dimension the board, but I thought a Western push saw will be ideal for a rip cut. What do you think? Oh, and the zebra wood was hard, but not as hard as I expected, so it wasn't much hard to dimension this small piece. Now, making holes. I've been saying drilling a hole straight down is my potential problem that needs to be solved ASAP, but I still can't decide whether to buy a small cheap drill press or a drill guide, so I got this small drill block at this time. This actually worked well, so I don't know, I may not need both for the time being until I need to bore a bigger hole. Oh, and this kit came with a tapping bit but no handle, and I ended up buying a cheap one here too. If you are not a DIY guy who has a lot of common tools, you may need to spend more on small items just like me. After making a little angle on the front side according to the guidebook that came with the kit, I'm cutting out the mouth. If you are a beginner and worrying about if you can cut this angle, don't worry about it and just try it. I shouldn't say so, but it doesn't need to be that accurate and it has nothing to do with the blade angle or even mouth width, so you can just cut it. Then I got bulk waste off from both sides and did powering to clean it. So far, things go well, and now I remove where I embedded the brass strip. Moving on to the metal work. After cutting and filing the brass quickly, I made holes on them. Well, the holes weren't well aligned, but it will be fine. And both ends of the brass strip are filed at an angle, so this fits like a sliding dovetail, and it fit pretty well, so I decided to screw from there, though this was just a test fit. I told you, since I didn't have a right countersink bit, I did it with a cheap reamer, and this was tough and I wasn't able to make it clean. Okay, so this was the middle of the cleaning process, and I was just focusing on the smooth transition between brass and the wood, and I realized I removed where I didn't want to. Anyways, all I need to do is just making the handle, so I just cut them out. I could have used the spoke shape to shape it, but basically, I used the saw and chisels as you can see and finalized with a knife. Oh, and here, when you insert the brass parts, please trim around the holes or you'll have an accidental tear out like me. It was very tight to fit in, even with paste wax somehow. Anyways, after I put wax, here's the final product. I don't know about the looks, but let me tell you, I have no affiliation with this kit, but I really recommend this kit if you are a beginner who doesn't have a spoke shave. I usually close this video here, but let me close my video while I'm shaving off the wood with this spoke shave. Anyways, that's it for today. Thank you so much for watching. I would be happy if you liked the video and happier if you subscribe to this channel. If you have any suggestion to my video, it's also welcome. See you!